Welcome to the receiving board precinct training. We're going to go over the procedures to close out the precincts when the inspectors come back at the end of the night, go through their paperwork and make sure they've got everything right. You can see you have a checklist here. I will email you this checklist. On election night, it's a two-sided sheet. Left side is the actual checklist, and then on the other side, you're going to see exactly what goes into the envelopes, and you can see that the envelope colors are color coded, and you will see that those colors will correspond with stickers in the poll book, which is going to tell you where those pages will go at the end. Let's kind of get through this. Okay, so when the inspectors show up, they should have 3 items to hand you. The local clerk envelope, and it'll be sealed with a red seal. The blue transfer bag, which has the programs in it, and that will be sealed with a blue seal, and will have the transfer certificate on it. And then the ballot container, which will be sealed with a horseshoe and a metal seal. Well, actually, I'm sorry, the precincts won't have a metal can this time. They're going to have a black bag, and it'll be sealed much like the transfer blue bag, actually. So it'll be a little bit different, but not a big deal. You can see at the top of your checklist, you're going to confirm that the poll book, the local clerk envelope, and the blue transfer bag were not sealed in the ballot container. So you will have to open up the local clerk envelope to make sure the poll book is in there. That's pretty easy. Once you open it up, it's going to be right there. So you just want to make sure that you have, I'm just going to grab a pointer here. Make sure that you have the poll book, blue bag, local clerk envelope, which the poll book will be in, not sealed in the can. All right. Next up, you're going to verify you're going to turn to green page F. It'll be closer to the back of the poll book. And you're going to verify that on line B, there's a seal number. That's the memory device seal number from the transfer container. You're going to make sure that that number matches the number that is on the certificate that's on the blue bag. All right, you make sure those two match. And then you're going to hand that blue bag to either myself or Clerk O'Connor or another staff member here in the clerk's office, so that I can clip that open because I have some documents that I need to download for you. And I also can then download the actual tabulator memory card to get the votes off of it. But the main thing is I do need to get documents off that for you so you can finish your job with this precinct. Okay, so then also in the local clerk's envelope, you're going to want to verify that there's 3 tapes. One will be a super long tape, which will have the 0 tape with the first results attached to it. And this does have to be an attached tape. And it cannot be one where they ripped it and then taped it, or they ripped it and stapled it. It has to be one tape, 0, signed by inspectors, then flowing directly into the first results tape, signed by the inspectors. The other 2 tapes will just be results tapes. All right, they'll be just results. That's it. Okay, you'll find those in the local clerk envelope. All right, so when you turn the page from the cover, you'll go to page A. All right, page A, it'll be the first part of your receiving board checklist. You'll make sure that section 1 the oath of chairperson and election inspectors. All right, section 1 is filled out. It'll have a chairperson signature, and it will have most likely my signature and the date that I swore that person in. And then you'll have section 2. You'll have to make sure that all the boxes are checked in section 2. Section 3 should have the rest of the inspectors in that precinct signed in with a signature from the chairperson giving them the oath when they got there in the morning. And then part 4 is one of those that if someone has shown up late in the day and missed the beginning where the zero tape was printed, they would sign down here and there would be an oath given when they got there. All right, but for the main part here, you want to make sure that on that zero tape, the signatures of those inspectors on that zero tape in the morning match the signatures of the chairperson and the inspectors that were there in section 3. All right, everyone that was in section 3 and the chairperson should be on that zero tape. Okay, if not, we're going to need to find them and get them there. So just to make sure. All right. Next up, page B, challenge voters. All right. If there were any challenge voters in the precinct on that day, this will be filled out. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Next up is C and D. All right, and D is behind my face over here. You can't see it. So C is the rest of challenge procedures, the back page of that, and then D is the remarks section. Anything that happened in the precinct out of the ordinary should be noted, or if their numbers are off, it should be noted here. This is also where if you find any issues and you need to make any remarks, this is where you'll put them. There's also a backside to this page that you're not going to see on this video, but just to let you know, if you flip the page, there's a backside that is also more remarks. Okay, next page, E. E is going to be your write-in statement of votes. Any valid write-ins will be on this page and tallied. I will give you the valid write-ins on election night so you can verify that. If there were no valid write-ins or write-ins at all, it will just say none on this page, okay? And if it doesn't say none and there are none, then they just make sure that we write none on it. So pretty straightforward there. This is part of a like a carbon copy page. So there's a white followed by a pink, and then there's a manila on the bottom. So as you can see, the white is labeled with green, an E in green. The pink is labeled with a red E, and the manila page is labeled with a orange E. Okay, that's going to be corresponding with the envelopes they go into. The orange is for the county clerk, red is for the judge of probate, and the green is for the local clerk. Okay, next up, I'm skipping F. F's going to be behind this, just to let you know, is G, H, and I. These are the 3 reports that I will print off of from the memory stick that I get out of that blue bag. All right, and this is going to be the list of voters report, the remarks report, and the ballot summary report from their electronic poll book from their precinct. Okay, so I will be giving those to you. All right, and just so you can see, this is what the remarks page will look like. Okay, no big deal. And then this is what the list of voters page would look like. It's going to list everyone who voted in their precinct and their ballot number, and then we'll have any remarks if there were any remarks. And then this is their ballot summary, as you can see here. This line L, the difference, should be 0. If this line L is not 0, then this precinct does have an issue, and you will find that out later on also when you're looking at other paperwork, but you can get a heads up here when you take a look at this one. All right, so F is our main page. This is our certificate of election inspectors. This is going to be where the real stuff happens for you here. So on F, I just got to bring up my notes here real fast so I can make sure I get this. F, you're going to start off, you're going to make sure everything's checked. All right, everything in part 1, section 1 is checked. And then you're going to confirm that the total number of list of voters matches the results tape, which matches this first line under the election inspector's completion certificate, which is the recorded number of ballots tabulated. So the total number of voters match the total number of voters on the results tape, and which matches the total number of voters tabulated. Okay. You'll see here that then section 2 will be any provisional ballots and how many they had. And then the third one will be the number of voters according to the list of voters, which is this list of voters here, will be on this third line. Okay, so we're going to make sure that this list of voters, the total number of list of voters, also matches the list of voters number that they actually put in the book. Okay, so that's pretty good there. Next up, okay, we want to make sure that line A, there's 2 seal numbers. There's going to be the ballot container seal number and then the ballot bag seal number. The ballot bag is sealed and it's inside the can, so you can't see that seal, but the ballot container certificate number you will find on the ballot certificate that is attached to the ballot container. So you will match that number that's on that ballot container with the number that is listed in part 2 on A. Those two should match. If they don't, then we got to figure out why. Line B is the transfer container. You already matched that up earlier with the blue bag, so you know that matches. Line C is just making sure that 2 election inspectors signed that they did seal this properly, and that those same 2 signed that they sealed it properly on the ballot container certificate. Okay, so and then the rest of the chairperson and the rest and everyone that was in that precinct should sign out at the end of the night that everything was done properly. So when you look at a results tape at the end of the night, everyone that signed the results tape should have also signed line 3 at the end of the night that they were present at the close of polls. If we're missing anyone, that's an issue. So we just got to make sure that everyone that signed the tape at the end of the night also signed the end of the poll book. Okay, now we get into envelopes. All right, so remember we had those carbon copies. So you're going to have 2 white sheets that are going to get pulled out of that poll book. It's going to be the write-in statement of vote, green E, and the election certificate of election inspectors, green F. All right, the 2 white will be pulled out, and they will go into the local clerk envelope along with the very long zero tape with the attached results tape. The one long tape with them both attached will go into the local clerk envelope with those 2 white sheets. Okay. There will be a lot of other things in this local clerk envelope. Not a big deal to you, but there will be many other things in there, like their applications to vote, and there's a VAT test ballot. All right, we're not worrying about. I mean, they're in there. That's fine. But for you, the zero tape with the results tape attached and the 2 white sheets. All right, and then we will seal that up with a red seal where both inspectors initial it. All right, next up, I'm starting to lose my voice, it seems like, is the pink sheet. All right, so the pink sheet for the write-in statement of vote with the red E, and the pink sheet for the certificate of election inspectors with the red F. Okay, those 2 will go into the pink Board of Canvassers probate judge envelope with 1 results tape, just a regular results tape. Those 2 pink sheets, all right, with the red dots, and then those will be sealed up with a red seal by both inspectors. And then our final one, the county clerk envelope. So the entire rest of the poll book, besides the 4 sheets you took out of it, that entire poll book will now be inserted into the county clerk envelope along with a results tape. And that will get sealed with a red seal with 2 inspectors' initials on it. So you've got the entire poll book, which is everything with the orange stickers on it, and the sheets that that I printed off that you put in it, along with a results tape, go in the county clerk envelope. So that is everything about the receiving board. I will email you a link. Obviously, if you're watching this, you got the link for the presentation. I will also send you the presentation so you can go through and the checklist, so you can kind of take a look at everything on your own and match it all up before Election Day. All right, and that's all. Thank you. If you have any questions, obviously, give me a call or give me an email. Thanks.